Hello there, this is Trent Jesse. Alright, in this video tutorial I'll be teaching you how to use your Google Analytics account, how to use this data and what it all means. We're not going to get super in depth, but we're going to go over just the main areas of data that'll help you make the better decisions with your website and what it means and how to take it from there. Alright, so in the previous tutorial, I taught you about how to sign up with Google Analytics and how to place the code inside of your WordPress website. And so as long as you've done that, then your account should have been tracking data and gathering that and storing it inside of your account by now. So to log into your Google Analytics account, you simply go to google.com/analytics and use your Gmail as your username and your password and log in. So once you log in, you're going to be immediately taken to your dashboard area or the overview of your analytics account. At this point, you can see just how much data has been, gathering and tracking over the period of time. And at this point, it just covers the last month. This is a site that I don't use a lot, but I set it up a while back ago, and so just a little niche site. And so we're going to use this as an example, but to start off with, let's come over here underneath the overview on the left hand side, and when you click on overview, it's going to give you this dashboard of information. This just tells you just how many visitors you've been getting each day. If you move your mouse over these little dots, okay, it'll tell you just how many visitors you've been getting, and these are unique visitors. So unique visitors down here, if you start moving your mouse over each section down below, it'll tell you. So unique visitors is the number of unduplicated, counted only once, visitors to your website over the course of a specified time period. So I just visualize unique visitors as just a unique person on one computer loading up your website. Alright? Now that unique person, that one person, can come to your site multiple times, just like a friend coming to your to your house multiple times in a day or a week. Alright, and so that's just kind of a good perspective to have on the differences between a unique visitor and a visit. So the page views. Now this is just a number of times that the person has viewed certain pages all throughout your website. So they may have viewed 5 pages 2 times, and that would have been 10. Or if that person viewed just one page, it would just count as one page view. Alright, so that makes sense right there. And the pages/visit, okay, it just tells you, once again, you can move your mouse over any of these, and I won't necessarily read it off every single one of them, but what's the meaning of this data? Alright, so one of the first metrics that you'd want to look at in helping you make decisions with your website, at least one of them to begin with, is your bounce rate. And so the bounce rate, as it mentions there, is the percentage of a single page visit in which the person left your site from the entrance page without interacting with the page. So let me kind of break that down. Your primary goal with this is to have your bounce rate as low as possible, because what that means is that that person is spending more time on your website, and that means that there's engaging material on your website. And you'll notice here that this bounce rate is really high. I don't have a lot of engaging content on my website since it's just a site that I just started off with, and it's not a site that I spend a lot of time on. But if I wanted to engage people and have that bounce rate go down, then I would want to add such as video or more quality information that people could read. You think of all the different things that could be engaging for your customers. Well, go ahead and do that and add it to your website. So this is the site that is tracking right now, and just a site that gives people a little bit of information about Salt Lake City, Utah, the history of it, some of the things to do, some jobs to hunt. So there's not a ton of stuff to read. I mean, there is the blog, and people can read articles on the blog, and that is good. But once again, I haven't spent a lot of time on it, but if you start to notice that your bounce rate is going up, then that's an indication that you should start adding more quality content to your website. Now, it's not just about adding quality content to decrease your bounce rate. It's about adding quality content to help your customers take action. if they're not taking action, then what's the point of having your website, right? So this is just an indicator letting you know, hey, how much content is on your website is actually engaging, and are they spending time on your website? Because we know that the longer they spend time on your website, the better, and the higher chances you have of having them take action. All right, so that's a really good metric to look at when you log into your analytics account. Now, another thing to look at is we're going to come over here to the left-hand side underneath traffic sources. And if you click on Overview, it'll tell you, give you an overview of all the different sources of your traffic that you've been getting. So, over here, the search traffic, it just gives you a summary here. This is where I've come to initially, but the keyword, it'll tell you what kind of keywords people have been using in the search engines that find you. So the top one, it's not provided, it's not tracking that one, but this one, dumb laws in Salt Lake City. So that one's kind of interesting. Only 2 visits. This is once again tracking from June 8th to July 8th, just a month time period, and you can always change that. If you were to come here and start from May 1st to, what is today? So we'll go to the 8th, okay? And then apply. It'll go back further into the history and give you more data to go off of, all right? So now that that's changed, that historical data to be 2 months instead of a month, you'll see that this keyword phrase Salt Lake City is the top keyword phrase that's generating most of the traffic. This is just the overview though, so if you drill down a little bit deeper on the left hand side under traffic sources and you click on sources and all traffic, it'll tell you that people are just going to my website directly. Okay, so within this time period, 125 visits have occurred, and the page/visits, so site average, okay, 1.46, and then the average visit duration has been 54, almost a minute, 54 seconds. And the new visits, 96%, so a lot of new traffic. They're not spending a lot of time on my site at all. And just a very short time period, and then they're jumping off. There's not a lot of value I'm creating for the people on my website. So if I wanted to pursue this site, then I would definitely need to create more value for people. And the bounce rate is really high. Okay. And down here, Google, the traffic I'm getting from them isn't nearly as high as just people going to it directly, but this is just from referral traffic. So other people, other websites referring the website to Google. Google organic traffic is actually my first major source of traffic without people going to it directly. And so there's 93 people who have visited the site. And so once again, it just gives you just a summary of all the different types of traffic that you're getting. So I'm getting direct, Google, Bing is sending me traffic, Bing is a search engine along with Yahoo, and referral websites. And so this is just the top 10. And these Google.de, this is in Germany and France and all these different types of websites and search engines. You can come down here to where it says show rows, and it'll display more traffic sources. And so I only have 13 traffic sources according to Google Analytics, and Pinterest is really low. So there you go. That covers the all traffic section. And then you can drill down deeper. Just know that with Google Analytics, there's a lot of data, and so it's really easy to get kind of carried away with some of the metrics, but the main goal here is to understand what metrics to look at and how it should help you make better decisions in your business. So looking at this information here with the sources is going to help you make better decisions with your marketing, because if you're marketing to Facebook and you're doing a lot of organic SEO, search engine optimization, or pay-per-click, or whatever the traffic method you're using and implementing in your business, this is going to give you feedback. It's going to tell you which traffic sources is working for you and which ones are not. And so you can spend your time on the traffic methods that are actually getting you traffic. And once you start getting traffic, okay, then you can start working on converting that traffic. people come to your website and helping them actually take action. That's what the conversion world is all about. Okay, and this video is not about conversion, but it's going to help you out with increasing your conversions as you read this data correctly. Okay, so we've gone over the sources section, and this area right here underneath traffic sources, when you click on search, is a really important area to come to, because if you're doing SEO, search engine optimization, then when you click on organic, you can drill down deeper and understand the keyword phrases that people are typing in the search engines, such as Google, to find your website and certain pages throughout your website. So the first keyword phrase that has been tracked is Salt Lake City. Next one, dumb laws in Salt Lake City. Next, Olympic Oval, Utah. Okay, these are keyword phrases that people are typing in when they go to google.com and they find me. Okay, they find this website right here. All right. Okay, so pay attention to that, because it tells you if your search engine optimization efforts are paying off. If you're focusing in on trying to rank in the search engines for a specific keyword phrase, then you'd want to make sure that you understand your keyword phrases and where they're ranking at. And so once again, you can come down here to the bottom where it says show rows, and it'll show more data. So I showed 250 keyword phrases, and so these are a lot of keyword phrases, that long tail keyword phrases. Long tail is keyword phrases that are longer than 2 or 3 words. They're longer, and I have a lot of visits, just 1 or 2 visits from people just typing in random keyword phrases. Once again, I'm not using this site to market anything, but I could very well do that. If you're running a paid advertising campaign, then you'd want to come in here to the paid section, and this section can link up to your Google AdWords account, and it'll start giving you data to help you understand more about the keyword phrases that are working and helping you generate the return on investment, tracking, and all kinds of other information that'll be helpful, and your campaigns that you set up. So we're not going to go over that section too much at all. The social engine optimization, when you come over here, you can set this up with your webmaster tools and to have this data shared with your account. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, because you don't really need to worry about this at this point, but let me step aside just for a moment and show you here on Google Analytics main page. Let's come over here to google.com/analytics. And up here at the top, you'll see this button here in their navigation bar that says Learn. Now, Google Analytics has done a great job. Their entire company has created a lot of great tutorials and text guides that'll walk you through on a lot of this stuff. And so if you're really interested in getting into the meat of Google Analytics, then they have their quote university, their tutorials and all kinds of great information here that'll teach you all kinds of awesome stuff with Google Analytics. Okay, so that's just once again up at the top. Click on Learn, and then you can get started. Once you click on that, then you'll see some of the first steps and the fundamentals. Data is really important, and there's people that go to college to understand all the data and how to understand metrics. And so if you're just a newbie getting started off with Google Analytics, you don't really have to get too caught up in all of this stuff, because you can always hire other people to do this, or else even manage it for you. So it really depends on what you want to do, because it'll take you a lot of time to learn the ins and outs of all this. But at this point, I'm just showing you just the major metrics and the information to look at. All right. So far we've gone over the dashboard and some of the sections here underneath the traffic sources. Another really neat feature that is great to use is, let's say you've just launched an email marketing campaign. Okay, you've just sent out an offer to a lot of people via email. Well, you'll notice here that underneath standard reports, when you click on real time, it gives you an overview of how many people are on your website right now, which is kind of cool because it also tracks where they came from and the keyword phrase that they actually use to find you. And so try it out. So once you log into your analytics account, just click on Overview and have some of the people go to your website. Observe how many people are on your website at this moment, and you'll observe where they're coming from throughout the world by looking at this map. And when you look at this top active pages section, it'll actually track what pages they go from. So from what page to another page. And so if you want them and want to track, let's say you're selling a particular product on your website and you want to make sure that they actually go from the display page to the checkout page and actually buy the product. Well, you can see that in real time right here. So that's a great feature to have, and it helps you understand information in real time and the locations and traffic sources in real time. All right. So everything more and more is becoming real time, and in fact, it already is, and it's really valuable information to have. All right. So now let's come over here to the audience section, and the audience section helps you understand where these people are coming from. If you have a website that's in English, and for some reason there's a lot of people from Croatia or from China visiting your website, you got to start to wonder. It's like, oh, well, my website's in English, and how come I'm getting a lot of people in, Chinese, coming to my website? So, once again, when you look at your demographics, just understand where these people are coming from, so you can customize the information on your website to them. Okay, first type of demographic data I'm getting is in English, and it's in America, in the U.S., which is good, obviously, because this site is in English and it's based here in America. All right, and then the top other two are in English and France and French. I don't have a lot of information at all for these people, but if I did get a lot of information or a lot of people coming from these countries, then that would be interesting. I could also customize. It would tell me, hey, I should start to customize information to these people if I wanted to, and I wanted to keep those types of people staying on my website. Okay, so you can drill down even deeper and looking at the map with the location. So when you move your mouse over this map, it tells you, okay, I got a visitor from Poland and Germany, Indonesia, okay, Philippines, South Korea, wow, and Australia. So as you start to get more and more people come to your site, it's pretty cool to see where they're all coming from and where they're located. Yeah, so United States, France, Philippines. Okay, so what this really means in your business is customization. It's a huge principle, a huge key to keep in mind and implement is customization, customization. Customize everything that you have on your website to the people that are coming to it, and this data just helps you understand where they're coming from. Okay, in the behavior section right here, the new versus returning, okay, you want to have a high rate of returning visitors, because what does that tell you? That tells you that people are finding your website to be a valuable resource, and they're coming back to it time and time again. You may have tutorials on there that teach them something. You may have videos that are just fantastic and they provide a lot of value. As long as you're doing those things, then people will come back time and time again, and your new versus returning ratio will start to improve. And so my new visitor right here is 258, and return visitors is only 9. So really bad. Okay, that's horrible. That's not what you want to see with a site that you want to launch and make money with. Okay, so you can play around with some of these other sections right here. And we're not going to go into every single nitty-gritty detail with all of this stuff, but those are some of the metrics to look at and the things that you can do to improve the quality of your website and ultimately help those people convert. All right? And we've already gone over some of the traffic sources and what that means. And so with your social media, This is really important as well, because as you start to promote your site on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and LinkedIn and all the other ones, you can start to get great information, with this. You can set up goals, and so all kinds of stuff you can do with this system. So we're going to stop at that point, and this just provides a general overview of how to understand your Google Analytics data and what to do with it. And ultimately, it's all about, once again, helping those people that come to your website take action. And that concludes this tutorial. Thanks.